And your first instinct is, oh my god, what have I done? I need to stop.
And then the pond is slowly coming back to life.
So it's a tried and tested formula, eco-worm and nematodes.
So snip, sprinkle, water. Well, the weather is absolutely gorgeous again. We've been blessed with really good weather these last few days, and I think it's the perfect day to finally scarify our lawn at the back. We don't tend to scarify this one at the front because it was seeded by the previous owners and it's really in good nick, and it doesn't have any moss. We've hardly got any issues with weeds or anything, so it's really looking very healthy. But the one at the back just needs so much work. It always gets waterlogged, it's always too dry, it has moss, it has weeds, it has everything. It's just a bit of a high maintenance lawn. So we've decided last year that actually scarifying is the way to go, and we'll scarify today and also grass seed so that we can really try and get some nice quality lush grass growing in that back garden. I think Mars is gonna get the Scarifier out of the garage, and we're going to carry it through to the back and crack on and be productive, and then hopefully we'll have some really nice green lawn at the back for this summer to walk on. And then also we've got the daffs and the tulips coming out on the plant feeder on the doorstep, so that's looking really pretty and lovely. Got some really nice orangey ones coming out. They look really good with the yellow daffs actually. They're really pretty, and I love it with that touch of blue hyacinth at the top. So they're looking really good, really nice. A huge thank you to Web for very kindly sponsoring this week's video. If you'd like more information on them, we'll put the link below.
So it's nearly all systems go, and I just remember that when we did this for the first time last year, it was actually quite scary. When we actually did the first pass, it looks brutal and savage because it literally does just rip out all of the lichen, all the moss, all of the weeds out of the ground. And your first instinct is, oh my god, what have I done? I need to stop. And it really is okay because it looks awful for about a week or 2 weeks. As long as you've got some grass seeds on hand that you can actually sprinkle into the ground and get the grass to start coming straight back out, you'll be fine.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's a good exercise. It's definitely worth doing if you've got grass like this. As Kirsten says, that becomes waterlogged and it can get a little bit too much moss, too many weeds. It's a really good exercise. Actually quite happy with that. It's actually pulled up a lot of the moss. There's a couple of tufts that have just been left on top, so I'm just going to switch over to the rake now, give it another pass, and that'll hopefully pull up the rest of the moss.
Huge thank you to Web, who are not only sponsoring this week's vlog, so thank you very much guys. They're also running a fantastic giveaway giving you the chance to win a Scarifier.
To enter, all you have to do is head over to our website and enter is free.
Good luck guys! Okay, so the next thing we have to do is seed the lawn because there are definitely bare patches now since we scarified. We're also expecting quite a lot of rain, which is perfect because it'll give it'll push the seeds really into the ground and give them a good watering. So we're going to use this one. It's the Sutton's Seed Rapid Green. We've never used it before, but it sounds really good. Super strong, deep root mesh. Sounds great. So snip, sprinkle, water.
Well, it's a bit of a stormy day today, The daffodils are all coming out. Everything's beginning to go into full bloom and full blossom. And today we're going to be showing our orchard and our fruit trees some love and attention. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to give the fruit trees a good nutritional boost, and we're also going to treat them for any pests.
So the blossom is looking absolutely gorgeous. This is all the plum trees that are in blossom right now. This one directly behind me, this one here, this is the quince, and the blossom hasn't come out yet, just the leaves. And the rest of them are the plum trees, they're the white ones. And then we've got a whole bunch of ornamental cherry trees that run around the pond. And they're trying to blossom, but not quite yet. And last year I think we put a red malison, I think it's what it's called, but it's like a crab apple, and we put that on the other side of the deck, on the pond side. But the rest of the trees are all looking really good, and the pond is fully loaded with tadpoles. I just thought because we've got so much white blossom in the garden, I kind of wanted a different colour, so I just thought that would be really nice. So once that establishes and grows as big as the others, they'll look really good. And then the pond is slowly coming back to life. The ducks are obviously nesting and getting ready for their ducklings. And our vegetable garden that we cleared out last week, all the daffodils have come out on this side. So it looks really, really pretty with the daffs. We've just got to sort out the front of the vegetable garden because we had to remove so many rosemaries that got killed off with the snow, the heavy snow that we had this year. So there's quite a lot of gaps now at the front. And what I'm thinking of doing there is I'm thinking about putting roses in. Typically, me and Mars have a rule of thumb that we don't have anything, or we try to avoid putting in anything thorny into our garden because neither of us like to deal with thorns. We don't like to get scratched. So we don't typically kind of go for roses. We don't really do roses, but I kind of really fancy some. And we've got our dahlias at the top, the dahlia bed, and that gives us beautiful flowers. And I just thought I'd really like to add some kind of roses to the floral arrangements that I do. And I thought that if I put roses here at the front, because it's got the fence at the back, we're only having to deal with kind of the thorns on one side, and it's going to just be in a row. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm trying to convince Martha that's the right thing to do.
Time to add the nematodes now. If you've never seen nematodes before, this is what they look like. They're just basically a white powder. It dissolves in water. This one deals with about 8 or 9 different pests. We basically just apply it to the soil at this time of year, and I'll be doing this again in a couple of weeks' time on the actual leaves to deal with some of the flying pests. So that's it, our fruit trees have all had their nutritional shot with the ecoworm, and I've also applied the nematodes. This has become a real tried and tested formula now for us because we've been using ecoworm for 3 years, and it's always worked extremely well with regards to getting the fruits and the trees actually going. And last year was the first year that we used the nematodes. We've struggled with pests on the fruit trees before, but the nematodes have worked an absolute treat last year, and we had more plums than we could actually know what to do with. So it's a tried and tested formula, ecoworm and nematodes.
They're looking really good. These are the ones from Dutch Grow that we planted a couple of weeks ago. So the lilies have all come up, and the echinacea, which I had 0 success with from seeds, I've had success with from bulbs. Look at them, they're looking great. Today is our last cold day. Next week we're supposed to be going up to 18 degrees. I might actually just move these outside completely. I'm just gonna let Olive in because getting scared by the wind. Oh, there's one gladioli that's come out. I'll show you. That's what he looks like. Little one stem. The astilbes are really coming along nicely. Look at that. Look at the width of it. It's really gone bananas. And then the hostas and the irises are coming out as well really nicely. Are these the aquilegia? Yeah, that's the aquilegia. Have so much more success from bulbs I do than from seeds.
Well, that was good timing. We're just heading out to the garden centre. So that's a delivery of 3 tons of compost. We'll start wheelbarrowing this down over the course of the next couple of days, all the way down to the vegetable garden. We've got some beds in the back garden that need topping up, and I think we're also going to have to top up Kirsten's dahlia beds. At least it's only 3 tons this year. Last year I think we moved about 9 tons. So comparatively speaking, the next couple of days are going to be a lot easier than they were last year.
We've managed to pick up a tree, which was not the plan, but we do have a gap on the hedgerow near the vegetable garden, so I think that that's going to be the perfect place for that, and it's also going to give us a really nice bit of evergreen colour there. We were supposed to be getting roses and some Japanese anemones to fill that space in the front of the vegetable garden where we had removed the rosemary, but unfortunately there's nothing that's really caught our eye, so it's okay. We've rescued a tree. It's always worth it, by the way, if you're in a garden centre, to go and check out if they've got like a sale section or a kind of rescue plant section, because sometimes you can find some really good bargains in there. Yeah, so it's definitely worth doing. We're going to enjoy the rest of the sun this afternoon. I don't think it's going to last for too much longer, but we will enjoy it. We hope you've had a lovely weekend, and we will see you in the next vlog. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.